What's up guys, it's Dave Marshall with the RC Marshall YouTube channel, and in this video series we're going to help change your RC life by going over all of the different features and functions of the all-new Spektrum NX Series Transmitters. As with all of our videos, everything that you see in the video is available in the links in the description. Those are affiliate links, and when you use those, it pays a small commission back to the channel, and we really appreciate your support. If you like the videos that we're putting out here on the RC Marshall YouTube channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications on so you never miss another video. Now let's get to today's tutorial. What's up guys? In today's video, we're going to be showing you how to assign a throttle curve in the NX Series radios. To get to that menu, we're just going to click our scroll wheel. We're going to roll down in our function list down to the fourth option, which is throttle curve. And what that's going to pull up is a graph. Now, the reason that we would use throttle curve is if we wanted to change how the stick relates to the position of either your ESC or your throttle servo or your carburetor or whatever. In a lot of cases, especially on gas motors, turbines, and even some ESCs, your speed at half throttle may actually be 80% of the speed of the model, or you may already be at 90% of the speed of the model by the time you get to half of your throttle stick. By default, you have a very linear throttle curve. So when you're at a stick position of 0, you're applying 0 throttle. When you get to 50, and you can see down here, how those relate to each other. When we're sitting at 50, which we are right now, so at 50% stick position, we're applying 50% throttle. Now, like I was saying, when you're sitting at 50% throttle, you may already be getting 90% of the speed that you're going to get out of that model, and the last 50% is only going to give you 10% more speed. We don't necessarily want a linear curve for every model. In order for us to manipulate this throttle curve, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go down here to inhibit, and we're just going to turn that on. All right, which is one click of the scroll wheel. Now we'll get into some additional features of this menu here in just a little bit, but for now we're just going to turn it on so we can see exactly what's going on here. All right, so now that we've turned the throttle curve switch to the on position, we can see that the menu has changed. And we have this graph here. Now we saw the graph before, but what this graph represents is the bottom of the graph, or the horizontal position of the graph, represents your stick position, and the vertical slope of the graph, or the vertical axis, represents your throttle position. We're going to go ahead and manipulate some of these values. Now we want position 1, which is all the way down here in the lower left. So it's 0 throttle at 0 stick position. We don't want to leave that one alone. Let's go ahead and manipulate the second point on that curve, which is right here. If we manipulate that and say we want that to only be 10% of our throttle, we can adjust that down to 10. Let's go to our second point on the line. We're going to adjust that down to, say, 25. Let's go to our third point on the line. We're going to adjust that down to 50. What you'll see is that as we move the stick at my 50% stick position, I'm only giving 25% throttle. So right now my stick is at the 75% position, and I'm only getting 50% throttle. And as I continue to move the stick to the 100% position, it's only until I get to the very end that I'm getting 100% of my throttle. In the event that I've got a very sensitive throttle down below, and I lose some of the ability to kind of control the motor RPMs as I get into the upper range, this will give me a much more linear feel, even though it's a more progressive curve. So what I want to show you here is we can turn on an exponential curve, very much the same as when we're setting up expo percentages when we do dual rate in expo, but the expo curve is just turned on and off. So when we turn that on, you'll see that these lines that we had before, rather than being very sharp, we add a little bit of a curvature to those, which kind of smooths out that throttle response. You're not going to have things all jumpy. What I want to show you this time is the different points of the curve and how we can manipulate those and move them where we want, we can actually start manipulating that, and we can have as little as 3 points and as many as 7 points. So as we move the stick and move that little indicator over the points, we can actually go here and remove that point. Let's say we want to remove this point as well. And you'll see that now we simply have a 3-point curve, and when you hover over that center point, it doesn't give you the option to remove it. So we're at, kind of the most basic version of this at this point. Now that we've seen how to remove the points, we're also going to look at how to add them. Now, let's say you don't necessarily want that point to be at the 50% stick position. As we move the stick up and down, we can add points as well as removing them. So anywhere along that line, we can add a point. Say we want a point at the 70% stick position. So right there, we're going to go down here and we're going to add a point. And at this point, it will actually let us remove that center point. And if we go up here and we change that value, you can see that we can, get that curve that we were looking for with simply a 3-point throttle curve. The other thing that we can do, if we want more than just a single point there, we can start adding points anywhere along that line, up to 7 different points of adjustment. We can add a point there, we can add a point there. Let's go ahead and add another one here, and another one here. And we can adjust any of those points if we need to have a more fine control of the throttle curve. By using the throttle curve menu, as you can see, you can get very customized control of how much servo or ESC response you're getting based on the amount of stick that you're applying at the time. The last thing that we're going to show you is how we can set up multiple throttle curves if we assign the throttle curves to a switch. When we first turn this on, we just turn the switch value to on. If we select that, we can select any switch on the transmitter. What we'll do is we'll just go ahead and flip a switch here. So we're on switch F. What we can do at that point is we can actually set up multiple throttle curves. So we've got, curve 0, 1, 2, if we want different throttle curves for different scenarios. All right, guys, that's it for today's tutorial on the NX Series transmitters. Again, if you're looking to buy an NX Series transmitter, please check our links in the description. Those are affiliate links that pay a small commission back to the channel, and we absolutely appreciate your support. And as always, for all the other things that you need to change your RC life, you can always go to rcairmarshal.com, where you'll find affiliate links to all of our affiliate partners. If you have any questions on today's video, be sure to leave those down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to answer those as soon as I get a chance. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.